Thanks for helping out in the garden. Here it is, it's summer. One thing you can do every time someone comes here is water the areas with the blue flags. Blue flags there, and there's some blue flags next to the shed and on the ends of these beds, like there and there and there. And you can use these watering cans, fill them in the sink, or just use a garden hose. One thing to note about the sink is that if you don't close the valve hard, it'll start to drip, so make sure that's closed hard. In our flower border area, which is right here, it would be great to do some weeding of borage, which is this flower with the blue flower. You'll see it all over. It's got this really rough leaf. It's kind of fluffy and rough on the bottom, and it's in all over, and that could be pulled out wherever you find it along the border, or even in the edges here of the garden beds. You'll see borage all over. It's just, we have plenty of it, so please pull it out. And when you pull it out, you can put it in the compost on the right side where it says add compost. So borage could be composted. Thank you. So we're back here behind the compost area. There's plenty of borage back here that can get pulled out as well. And there's flowers to harvest. Lots of flowers. There's calla lilies back here, some nice salvia right here. And any flowers when you're harvesting, just deadhead. Also, like, cut dead flowers. So when you see dead spent flowers, those could be cut off. So that's called deadheading. You can go around the whole garden, harvest yourself bouquets anywhere, but when you find dead flowers along the way, cut those off and put those in the compost. In our garden bed areas up here, there's not much to do. You can pick things and eat them. There's broccoli, there's lettuce to eat. That would all be good. But please leave all the beans and the squash. The beans and the squash are to be dried and eaten later. Another thing to do in this area, more flower cutting and deadheading. And if you do find any little weeds, you could look in these garden beds and do some weeding. There probably not that many. More to eat, cut flowers, and deadhead. So here in bed number 6, this is bed number 6, there's actually summer squash. Please harvest the summer squash or it's gonna turn into baseball bats. So this last bed that's next to the little seed house area, these are summer squash. They can be harvested. But the other squash, or more winter pumpkin type squash, that should be left. So once again, in this area, you can do a little weeding, deadheading, cut yourself some beautiful flowers, eat some lettuce, kale, and some summer squash. When you come here, plan to take lots of sweet peas. There are so many, so bring rubber bands or tin foil. I'll show you where the clippers are, but flowers, flowers, flowers. Here's another blue flag area to water by hand. There's a hose right here, and this area could be watered by hand. Just the plants that are up in the front and the rocks. Everything back there is on the irrigation system. Another thing we're trying to get going are these little pumpkins here in this bed. So we've been watering those by hand too to see if we can get them to pop a little bit. So maybe give them some love. Over in this zone, same thing. Cut flowers, deadhead flowers. If you see borage, you can take it out because it'll come back for sure later. There's raspberries to pick up there. You might find some blackberries on the back fence there. Let me show you this. These are the blackberries. They're starting to ripen up, so eat those. And any weeding in this area, in the paths, on the ground. The beds probably don't have a lot of weed pressure right now because they're so full of flowers, but same deal, cut flowers, deadhead flowers. If you want to hit these squash by hand to give them a little more love, that would be great. And cut flowers. So over here by the greenhouse, kids love sucking on these nectar flowers. They'll probably show you how to do that. We have a lot of potatoes. Potatoes here, potatoes there, and potatoes in this bed. And we're just leaving those for now and gonna turn off the water soon and have those for the kids to dig when we come back. But once again, lots of flowers. There's sweet peas over there. And then in the greenhouse, we'd love you to do a little hand watering. I'll show you how to do that. So it's this hose right here. Turn it on here. This guy turns off like that. And then we need you to water the dahlias by hand. The dahlias that are down here. So, oh, there we go. So get all these watered. You can hit these succulents too. These only needed about once a week. This whole other side is on a timer system. And that's this system here. So don't turn this off, leave this on. And this timer will turn on the mist system inside the greenhouse. When you're done watering, turn this guy off.
Excuse me, he said if I'm under 100.
Here's another blue flag area next to the greenhouse. You can water these once a week when someone comes with that hose to water those. So here's the shed. It should be locked. I emailed you the combination. When you get in there, I'll show you what's in there. Make sure to lock it when you're done. So in here, there's hand shears and hand trowels. There's tools for digging or scraping weeds out of the ground if you want to go heavy on weeding. And that's about all you'll need. There are gloves that are hanging here, mostly kid size, but some adult size. If you do want to have fun and draw, there's arts and crafts supplies and bug boxes and hand lenses. You can just check out what's here. Pull out an umbrella, put it in a picnic table. There's holes in the middle of the picnic table. Have yourself a picnic. And later in July, that tree is going to be dropping loads of fruit. Lots of plums for you. That's about it. I'm going to show you one last thing. So here's the front of the garden, and this is extra credit. If you want to do some weeding in this zone over here or right down here, leave these spent flowers. All these spent flowers will turn into new flowers next year. So this whole patch, like from here over, we can leave. But any weeds or kikuyu grass or other grasses, or if you find ivy in the garden, all these nasty weeds that are out here could go in the green waste. That green waste bin is ours. And please take flowers, eat zucchini, take some lettuce, and if you'd like to take some of these irises, you can have these for free. Take what you want. If they're still here, keep watering them. I forgot to let you know this is a good thing to water. So thanks a lot. And oh my gosh, there's just too many things to do. One last thing is, if you're really into cleaning up stairs and gravel, we could sweep this space up so people don't fall when we walk in. So the winter rains brought a lot of gravel here. So I'm gonna stop. That's a lot. You're weeding, you're taking flowers, you're watering things by hand and eating some vegetables. Thanks a lot.